Woodturners, I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I get questions each week about what does it take to produce a Ustream video or a YouTube video the way I do in my shop. Well, let me tell you, there's been about 5 or 6 years of work going into this and about 10 years of work going into producing it for our woodturning club. At the Bayou Woodturners, we have two 5x5 screens, and every turn in the room has got the best seat in the house right there in front of them. They're not crowded around a lathe or hoping the guy gets out the way. We want 3, 4, sometimes 5 cameras in order to get the best shots so you see the action. And that's what I try here on Making Shavings and on Ustream TV. I run 3 cameras on Ustream TV. I'm about to add the 4th because I have something else I think we need to be able to pop in and out of. Now, how do I do that? Well, let's start with some basics. Lighting. It's not this well lit in my shop all the time. Directly above your head right now is a 4-foot light fixture with two 3200, you gotta write this down, 3200 Kelvin light bulbs in them. 3200 Kelvin gives you a very natural light. It's what a TV studio uses to make those people on television look good. Some of them. Okay, you can pick up the fixture with the plug-in connection and the bulbs all at Home Depot. Now, if you use the cool whites, the ones that come with them, your color's going to be off a little bit. If it's not important, it's okay, but you need a fill-in light. So the light that's up above is going to make you look like a ghost or kind of complex, and you need something to fill it in. That's lighting. Then where you're turning at, you need lights. I have a track light up here. On this track light, I've got LED bulbs. Now, I get them online through Amazon or eBay for about $6. I did that after I bought my first one at Home Depot for $30. Yes. They are GU10 bases, which means they go in and snap and lock into 2 little points. Looks like something out the old days of a back end of a Ford. Now, I have that strip lighting the work. I use that all the time when I'm turning because it's really good light. And the LEDs have got good color rendering, which means it's going to look more natural light than if I hit it with a big yellow lamp light or a clip-on light. Yes, lighting is critical if you're going to do this. If you can't see it, you can't enjoy it. Now, let's talk about what you're lighting it for. You're lighting it to videotape it. Now, I use a JVC and Vario cameras. I've got 3 or 4 of them. I picked that model because of this. It has a remote. So I can, where are you? Yeah. See that? Well, if I'm looking at the lathe, you want me to stop this, don't you? If I got it set up on the end and I'm looking at the lathe and I want to zoom in on a piece, I center it up first, then I back it up. Pardon me. And then when I want to zoom in, I can get right in there. See that? Little crow's feet. Got to work on that. It ain't the crow's feet. It's with the crow. Never mind. That's what I use for cameras. Now, I use what's called a chip camera. A chip camera's got a microchip inside that stores it. I think both of my JVCs hold about 30 hours of video. Some of them, one I have here only holds about 2 hours of video because it's got an SD card you have to put in and you record onto the SD card. If you do more than 2 hours, you gotta change the card. Okay, that's a good camera, but it's a pain if you get into long productions. You need power strips and power blocks to power them because you don't want the battery to run down halfway through the thing. It's happened. Okay, now you need very little else if you're just going to do a presentation and take it to your computer and put it out as a YouTube. But if you are doing a Ustream, you need something else. Your computer doesn't take the raw video from the camera. And very few camcorders stream video in any decent format. Stream meaning put it out through the USB plug in something that your computer sees, Ustream accepts, and the world likes. It's not done that way. So you need something to go in between the video and the computer. And that you can get at Best Buy, and it's called a Dazzle. D-A-Z-Z-E-L, Dazzle. It is just a modulator. Now, I've bought 3 or 4 different brands of them, and Dazzle's the only one that really worked well, and I didn't have a lot of problems with. And it was under $100. Shop it. Shop it around now, okay? Because you don't need to have this in 5 minutes. You run your video through Dazzle. Now, your audio is another thing. You can run your audio through Dazzle, but your computer may not be able to pick up the audio feed. So what I do, I run a USB mic. You can take a look at this thing. This little USB mic, that's the catalog cut of it. And I have that mounted right up here by the camera. So I have a second mic source. Got around a lot of problems with that. You all know about the problems we had with audio in the beginning. That went away. If you're doing YouTubes, the audio is already in your camera. Now, let's get away from the camera and talk about what happens when it goes to the computer. The next part we have to talk about is what happens after you videotaped it. Now, you'll get some ideas of what it is. And this wasn't automatic for me. I worked radio and television for over a dozen years. And some of the best people in the business gave me tips and hints as we went along. But you'll learn what to do and how to do things and where to get the right shots in a cut and how to keep your mouth shut sometimes. But now, you've got everything in that camera, or you're about to put it in that computer and send it to Ustream. What do you do next? Well, on Ustream, you have to pick the camera you're looking through. If you've got a Dazzle and a microphone, you pick the Dazzle and you pick the USB microphone for your audio video. Yeah, I've screwed up lately and forgot to click one on the other, but I've got great tech support watching and they give me a call and tell me. Now, if you're doing a YouTube, you have to edit that video somehow to put it onto YouTube if you want a nice presentation. What do? Well, I use one of about 4 or 5 programs I've bought over the years. The best one is Pinnacle Studio. Pinnacle Studio 16, I believe, is the latest version. It allows me to bring in the video and store it on my computer in today's date. All the stuff I shot today is going to show up. And then I can go over to another part of the screen and pick a title and a graphic and text and a background and this, and I can put it on this timeline, a strip. And then I bring in the first video, and then I put my name or whatever over the top of it. Then I link the next one to it, and the next one, and the next one, and it's just like building a storybook. And they call it a storyline, and actually some people script them out and draw pictures of what they want it to be done. I don't draw that good, so we wing it. But you need to keep in your mind what's going to happen next when you're videotaping, or make notes so you don't forget cutaways and sections. What's a cutaway? A cutaway is, I just showed you the ink pen, and by the way, management's already taken it out. I got kissed all up and down right there. But the ink pen I just made for her. A cutaway would be a picture of the ink pen, or a picture of this, or a picture of the jig, or the tool, or such. And you can do those with a regular still camera, just like I did of the camera, and the Dazzle, and the light, and you saw all these pictures. I took them with my still camera, and I imported them in the same program, and I could insert them as I need them. That's with Pinnacle 16. Now I tried this one with Mac, and I did a couple, and y'all complained about it a little bit because it just was not what I was used to, and it just didn't give me the versatility that I wanted in the piece. So I'm very happy with the Pinnacle. In fact, I went out and bought a new computer just so I could go a little faster and a little more editing. So that's pretty much the nut and bolts of where you need to go with this. When you start with YouTube, you're going to be restricted to, I think, 15 minutes. And then you work your way up to 20. And then you work your way up to unlimited or whatever. I do know there's limitations. When you do Ustream, they drop commercials in, and you don't know when they happen, but they'll store your video. So if you videotape one for Ustream, it's always there until you use up your 10 free gigs and have to go either take some off or it does it or whatever, but they're out there and you can watch them over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, well, I hope this helped you a little bit in your presentation. Now, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent here because I like to see what other people are doing and how they're doing it. It's learning in this world of wood turning is seeing variety and seeing how the other guy reinvented the mousetrap. In order for me to do that, I need to see other turners. And what I'm hoping is the way I'm videotaping and presenting the Bayou Woodturners Saturday meeting, and I'm hoping I can get that fine-tuned to where it's a nice presentation. I have to work with guys and tell them, you can't walk out of the camera. You can't go walk over and hand something to somebody and talk about it. You need to stay camera focused. They're wood turners and a basic demonstration focused. It's a long learning curve. It's really long. But I like to see what the other clubs are doing too. And you can do it with a laptop computer, internet connection, a Dazzle, and a camcorder. That's all you need. So if you belong to a wood turning club and they're doing demonstrations and you get into this, maybe it's time for you to step up and say, hey guys, I want to take next month's demonstration and present it to the world. Make it where the entire world can see just how good we are and just what we do and how fantastic our gallery is, etc., etc., etc. That's the way we're all going to learn more about wood turning. I hope you have luck. I hope you succeed in what you're doing, and I hope to see you right there. Yeah, right, well, or is it right here? It's either here or there, but I want to see you, okay? I'm Captain Eddie Castle. Until next time, I've been making shavings. Well, talking about it, but you know the deal. You take care now. And oh yeah, if I can help you, send me an email. EddieCastlin@Cox.net. Go to my website and download my newsletter monthly at EddieCastlin.com. All right. See you later.